How did I go from $20,000 in debt and being in the worst and scariest financial position of my life to 8 years later, on a whim, spending $20,000 on Super Bowl tickets? I'm going to share that with you today. What's up, everyone? My name is Dustin from Manifestation Academy. And in 2014, I had a sort of an online business. It was to help students pass the bar exam. I didn't get a lot of income from that. I think I peaked at like 35,000 in 1 year or something like that. And what happened was in August, as bar exam season was coming around, bar exam is the exam that law students take to pass the bar so they can become lawyers. Bar exam season was starting to come around, but my website got hacked. And what happened was it got hacked. I couldn't figure out how to get it unhacked, and Google basically just blocked my website. Nobody could find my website. So this income that I thought was going to come in wasn't coming in, but I had been spending as if it were going to come in. So within a very short time period, within a couple months, I found myself, I racked up debt of about $20,000. And I was maxed out, this close to maxing out my credit cards, did not have any cash, and I was freaking out. It was the most stressful financial time period of my life. And what I did during that time was I tried entrepreneurship, tried the online business, and I wouldn't say it failed, but this put me in a fix where I couldn't get this website back up in time for the bar exam season, which, you get two months or so where people are buying products and affiliate products, things like that. So I said, I got to find a job. So I started applying for jobs, but I couldn't find any. And it took me about a month of applying before finally I got a job somewhere. And it was like a sigh of relief when I got the job, because like, okay, well, I'm going to make money. I'm going to be able to get myself out of this debt. So I got the job, started working, eventually paid off, the $20,000 in credit card debt. Fast forward 8 years later, the Super Bowl is in Los Angeles. It's the Los Angeles Rams playing the Super Bowl. I'm not a big Rams fan, but I've lived in Los Angeles for 10 years at this point. It's very rare for a team to be in the Super Bowl in their home city. So I thought like it'd be cool to go to the Super Bowl and watch the Rams play. But I don't want to go sit way up in the stands. I'd rather be in front of my projector at home. It's like a big screen projector, essentially. But it would be really cool to go to the Super Bowl. I have been a Super Bowl football fan since I was 5 years old. I'd never been to a Super Bowl. It was on my bucket list. I was like, you know what? This would be the time. This would be great. And I had a lot of practice by this time. And about a week before the Super Bowl, I got this an email from someone. They say, hey, we settled this big case you referred us 5 years ago, and here's going to be a referral fee check. And I was going to get several tens of thousands of dollars in referral fee checks from this thing. So I was like, you know what? This is a sign. I wanted to do this. This came in about a week before the Super Bowl. We're going to go. So we end up going to the Super Bowl, me and my wife. We go sit down almost at the bottom, like right behind the end zone. The first row, basically behind the end zone, like that first section. And tickets were about $10,000 a piece. That's $20,000. And we went, and it was an amazing time, and I had just such a blast. It was like dream come true. The Rams won at the very end. It was a really close game. It was just so much fun. It was an amazing time. And I didn't realize at the time, but when I was reflecting back, I'm like, the same amount I spent for the Super Bowl tickets was the same amount I was so freaked out at of being in debt just 8 years earlier. And it was symbolic for me, because it was this kind of like coming around where I was so scared of this $20,000 in debt, but now here I am spending $20,000 kind of on a whim a week before, without really like tripping out about it or thinking about it too much. And it was just coming around, and it was just really, really cool. So I wanted to share with you some of the reasons that I was able to go from point A to point B here in this video, okay? So I have a success formula, and I think this never really has failed me, but I always believe success comes down to three main things. The first thing is to be focused, and my handwriting sucks here, but it's focused on learning. Learning. If you read and study some of the top people, they're always reading, they're always learning. The more they learn, the more they realize there is to learn. I feel the same way. The more I have learned, the more I realize there's so much that I don't know. So I always be learning. And if you want to learn, if you want to manifest wealth in your life, success and wealth and business, learn about success, wealth, and business. Read books on success. Read books on mindset. Read books on money. Read books on business. If you keep learning that, you're going to learn from people who have succeeded in those. You're going to get their perspective, you're going to get their tips, you're going to get their strategies, and you're going to see exactly how they did it. So the second thing, after you've learned that, by the way, this formula applies to anything. If you want to be in a relationship with people, have a good relationship, you want to date, you want to be good with health, learn. There's so many books out there that you can learn from right now. And there's never been an easier time to learn now than in history. Within 60 seconds, you can have nearly book that's ever been written in the entire world downloaded on your phone for 10 bucks. It's an amazing opportunity to learn. And if you study some of the great leaders of the past, they loved to read as well, but there was way less books, way less opportunities. Abraham Lincoln would have to go across the state just to pick up books. He'd have to reread the same books over and over because he didn't have enough books. But now we have more books than we're going to read in our lifetime, and the opportunity is amazing. So learning is the main thing. Second thing is to take action on what you learned. And not just any action, but focused, that's the F, and consistent action. Focused and consistent action. You learn this, you put it into a formula, you do it over and over and over. And the third thing is your mindset or your identity. Mindset or identity. And that is, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as being able to become the person? This is where manifestation, law of attraction, visualization, all that comes into play. That in and of itself won't get you there. You need to also learn the strategies and apply the strategies. But also, Tony Robbins says 80% of success is psychological, 20% is strategic. Peter Sage says you never rise above the opinion you have of yourself, and I really believe in this. And sports, self-sabotage is a huge, huge thing, not only in sports, but excuse me, also in life. So these three things are what helped me get to where I want to go. Now, the key is, where do I apply it? I applied these to creating my own business, to creating my own law practice. 2014, I had a bar exam business, not really like a true business, kind of an online thing I was doing. Ended up getting a job, later starting my own law practice, but I learned the practice of law, the area of law, and I learned how to build a law practice. I took action. I made the leap. I went for it to start my own law practice. And the whole way I was focused on my mindset. I had an affirmation script that I would read, I would visualize to be where I wanted to go. And all these things combined came true. When you do this for enough time, over and over, consistently, you must succeed. It's an absolute must. If you do these three things and you focus and you're consistent, absolutely must succeed. So, but it may take time. It's not going to take 4 months or 6 months, especially if you're just starting off. Unfortunately, in today's culture, where we can kind of get a lot of things very quickly, or we're programmed by social media, things like Instagram, to like win the day, like what did you do today, how many likes did I get today? It's very short-term focused, not long-term focused. It can be easy to get distracted, easy to get away from that. But anything truly of value, truly great, was built over the long term. Years were spent where there was no appreciation, no acknowledgement, no output. It's like growing crops. You might go water these plants over and over and over, and they don't sprout, right? But that is where the true lasting success is made, not these fly-by-night kind of things, okay? So if you want to be wealthy, apply this to money. Go on Amazon, Audible, put books on money, and start reading it. Read 1 book a month. You can do it on Audible. You can do it during while you're driving, so you're not spending any extra time. Then you learn, they're going to tell you, here's what I did, here's what I did, here's what I did. Start to do those things. Just model it. Start to do those things. And then have affirmation visualization to get the mind in alignment. So start to see yourself where you want to go. Start to shape your identity to be that who you want to become. And then you have a no-fail system for success. So I hope this video helps you, applies these to what you did. I hope you have a cool, amazing story like I did, something that has sort of that symbolism, the 20,000 to 20,000, which was really, really cool for me. So I hope you have that. I wish you success in your life. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon.